Alright folks, I know the audio will be kind of crappy, but a buddy of mine, Carl, you've seen his car before. I think it was a 46 Ford Coupe. I was needing to get a little bit of work done. I think doing some upgrades to his car. So he was kind of on his way to come to the shop, but the car kind of overheated on him. So we're on a rescue mission to go pick him up and bring him back to the shop. So hopefully it's not too bad. Alrighty, made it home. Forgot to film while we were loading it, but I think Carl's going to. It got a little hot, but we noticed there's no pressure cap on it, so that was probably part of the problem. Anywho, just fire it up, back up a little bit. The deck will tilt. Just let me lock it before you kind of drive away. I can just push you back too if you're not comfortable. You're good. Mint. Got a bit of antifreeze sputs in there, so just gonna bring it up to the shop. We're gonna hose it off, see if it'll start after. Car is in because we got a sticking brake in the front, and he's having problems with the fuel tank. Doesn't fit for some reason. I think it's bigger than his original tank. I think currently this has been his fuel tank that he's been driving around with, but we do have the proper one that is about to go into it. So, but I think it sits a lot taller, so we're gonna have to build some standoffs or something to drop it, right? Is that what it is? So yeah. All right, well, we took this apart. Like the brakes, everything seemed good, but it just seems to be like it's hanging up. So I'm just gonna pinch the brake line so we don't lose any juice. But looking inside, I can see there's some crud. See how it's just dirty? So I'm thinking it just needs to get cleaned up again. Let me turn a light on there. So I think it just needs to be cleaned up again, and that's probably all it's doing. We should maybe just pull the other wheel off the front for the heck of it, just to see. So maybe we'll pull that other wheel off. We'll do a quick little pop the cap and see. Maybe just from sitting, it might have been summer humid over a winter or something, and it kind of maybe just did that. Because I know you haven't driven it a whole lot since we went through this the last time. And this is just enough that it'll hang it up, so. Anywho, we're gonna pull this apart. Well, I'm gonna clip this line. We're just gonna vice grip it. And then pop the cap, run the hone in there, clean up the cylinders again, and see how she is. All right, so we got this side all back together. We cleaned up, we put new O-rings on this side, or new seals on this side. One of them was leaking, so good thing we checked it, because this side was not actually a problem at all, but once we got it off, we kind of seen there was some brake fluid, so I kind of felt there was something going on. So kind of walk Carl through everything. Now he's cleaning up parts, so he's cleaning up. This side was gummed up, so these the cups were actually, you can see they're very cruddy. And Carl's working on polishing them up now. So I think from sitting they just got kind of gummed up. So I honed these out. They're all clean. We're gonna get those, the cups clean. The wheel, like the seal is good. It wasn't leaking, so we'll just clean these up. We'll reuse them. That's not a big deal. Slam it back together, bleed the brakes, and then we're gonna go work on the fuel system. To which, from my understanding, is it just bolts on here and back here, but I think it's supposed to sit on top of the frame and it's hitting the floor. So I'm not gonna worry too much about it. We'll just make a spacer and we'll just run it, like space it down as much as it needs, and then should be good. It's supposed to be a direct replacement tank, but I don't know if it has more volume in it or what's going on, but there's something, she don't fit for some reason, so we'll do a little bit of modifying, nothing major, but we'll get that in. And then on his way here, while we had to pick him up, he overheated, so I noticed the thing doesn't have a pressure cap, so I'm gonna hunt around the yard. I'll find something with a cap, like a pressure cap. We'll stick that on. He was saying he thinks his rad is leaking, so we'll just stick some of that bars leak in there and see if that works. We'll at least see if that'll get him by for now. Maybe the big picture, we'll just get an aluminum rad and stick an aluminum rad in it and make everything better. Anywho, we're gonna continue cleaning, smash that thing together. We'll bleed the brakes, and then we'll start on the fuel tank. right. Well, a little bit of modifying. We said we got the tank in. The rest of the car is all good. We ended up replacing the one wheel cylinder. Like, it might have been okay, but I just felt more comfortable if we put a new one on for him. So we did that. And I guess now we're just going to do some road tests and see if the rad leaks or not. I found a scab out of my junkyard there, a rad cap, like a pressure cap. So we're going to try to pressurize the system, see if that helps with the cooling. If it doesn't, we'll see if the rad actually leaks, because Carl thought it was leaking before. So we're about to go for a burn and see how it goes. Alrighty, well, we're back. Car, I think we got all the bugs out of it now. The rad doesn't leak, so that's a win. We were having problems with it dying randomly, but I think we figured it down to a bad coil, because I met a buddy of mine. We borrowed a coil from him, so we temporarily set this up, but it seems to be like running 100% now, so she's cherry. I think that's where it's at. I think we're done with this one. I think the plan now, though, is we're going to follow him into the city, make sure everything's good. But we've got a car show coming up this weekend, so hoping to see him out. And we're going to pretty much follow him into town here. So I think that's where we're going to leave this one.